This morning, a recent study conducted in the district found that researchers can accurately predict the types of drivers that are most likely to be involved in a crash.
This has had us talking all morning.
I know.
Everyone's got an opinion on this. Our Teri Hornstein went to the experts, though, to find out if having that information has improved safety on DC roadways. Hi, Teri.
Hey, Simone and Wisdom. Yeah, I spoke to the team behind this study, and the main takeaway here is while there is value to knowing which drivers present a higher risk to get in those crashes, improvement is still needed to determine better ways to use that information to prevent those crashes from happening in the first place.
Too much traffic and it's a lot of distraction.
Sherry Gay moved to Washington, D.C. this summer and says the traffic in the city is already stressing her out.
I do know that the more traffic there is and the more rage there is, the more accidents are prone to happen. They need to come up with some type of strategy that promotes safety.
And that's exactly what the Lab DC is trying to do.
Even if we only were able to prevent a handful of crashes, that would be a huge return on investment.
Sam Quinney is with the Lab, a research and design team supporting different government agencies in the city. One of their recent projects was identifying high-risk drivers and warning them that they were more likely to get in a wreck.
We were able to do that by looking at the patterns that made a vehicle at higher risk.
Key factors included the number of citations, the type, and if the driver was ticketed on a weekday. 45,000 DC drivers received texts or letters in the mail, alerting them they were at a higher risk of crashing.
We were able to identify more than 1,000 vehicles that would get in a crash in the next 12 months. But what we learned, unfortunately, was that these messages didn't seem to have an effect one way or another on people getting in crashes.
So, although they couldn't prevent the wrecks, the lab correctly identified many of the at-risk drivers, which is information Sam says can help them learn for the future.
And one message wasn't enough to move those behaviors, but there may be other messages or other volumes of messages that may.
For Sherry, she says while messaging can't hurt, we need to figure out why certain drivers are more at risk in the first place.
A warning can be fine, but we got to think of something in place and go back to the root cause. Why would we have to give that warning?
All right, so some of the drivers might not have been happy about this, but Sam says he hopes those drivers do realize if they continue to get cited, they're really putting themselves and everyone around them at risk. He says they will work to continue to work on projects to really hopefully get the number of those crashes as close to zero as possible. The main goal here, guys, right?
Absolutely. All right, Teri, thank you.